Hey, what's going on, guys? Double 18 Set Shadow here. Festival 2024 got a few new announcements from Bushiroad today on their live stream. So we're going to be going over a few things that were covered on that in terms of reprints that are coming. And actually, that's mainly what it's going to be about, reprints. Other than that, there are a few other interesting movements as well as some other cards just to keep your eye on for the next few months. Our first one is going to be Craggy Beast Geargrand, which I'll remind everyone, this one did get errata to be Craggy Monster. This card is a perfect card that comes out of the Tomari Seto trial deck. But keep in mind that this card can be used with the Monster series as well. Archite, who is Eva's sister, and then of course you could use it with Eva if you're using Torrential Energy Research. This card is currently a base of 125 with 20 listings overall. The market price has been decreasing and it's currently 56 cents. But the card does sell for 40 cents and $1, and all listings right now, well, there are a few that are just under $1, but most of them are 90 cents then. And ultimately, the card kind of just hits around $1. And given that the trial deck has been increasing a little bit in value, it's really just a matter of how well this card, as well as Loris Yellow, the critical trigger, continue to hold value over time. I've said in prior market watches that Loris Yellow single-handedly covers the whole value of this trial deck, but the price of that has been decreasing a little bit too. Just a quick shout out on the secret rare of Dragonic Overlord the End from set 5. There was a buyout the other day on all the copies, and one just got back up on the market where they sold for $200 to $260. There's one listing left on the market at $255 right now. And ultimately, when you take a look at overall sales, this card has not sold for a while. So the last recorded listing sold was, well, the earliest was at the end of March. So there was just a massive buyout on this secret rare, and I'm interested as to why, given that Overlord did not receive any direct support that's coming, or at least not that I know of. Now, talking a little bit about Festival 2024, there was an announcement of the Dark States Heal Trigger reprints, as well as one card that I'm going to be going over a little later. But to that point, the stand and the crit-based heal triggers, the ones you get from set 5 and from Festival 2022, are getting reprinted in 2024. So cards like Invigorate Sage, which is still currently the biggest of the stand heal triggers, I should say. $7 base right now, where we saw the market price spike up over the last several months, and the card has a market price of $15.65 right now. But we have a number of listings that are under 10, and then a few that are still under 15 after that. So there is still potential to pick this up, and with the reprint now announced, I can't imagine this getting too much more expensive, as BSF is in its middle stages, and it'll only be a few more months. In terms of Prorobi, the draw trigger for Gator Sanctuary, we just had our reprint from the Triple Drive set, as well as the special illustration, which is still one of the most expensive to pick up. $150 with a market price of about $170, and now we have five listings otherwise. But that's including the SP, which is still about $83. So it's actually 4 listings when you think about it. The Triple Drive one is $7 right now. Market price is around there too, which is about the same as the low listing of set 4. When it comes to the other variants, we have the one from set 7, which has a base price of $12.21, and the Festival Booster, which has foiling. That's $21.35 right now. So Prorobi is still up there, despite all of these reprints that it has, for a total of 4 that should be easier to get with 2 real high rarities. Approaching Summer Altie, I do not know how to say that name. I apologize. This card comes from Lyrical Set 3 and is mainly Kyrie support. We haven't covered this in a while. I don't even know if I've ever covered it before. But right now the card is at 9 listings for its double rare at $1.55 and a market price of $180. The FR is currently at 8 listings, $5.90 is the base price. Taking a look at a bigger spread, $5.90 seems to be pretty consistent with the FR when it comes to shipping and free shipping options, and it's mainly $2 for the base listings that you can see here for the double rare. The next one is Beware of Overeating Eileen, which has been a pretty good tech to play in most lyrical decks. Currently, it has 3 overall printings. One is an SP from set 2 lyrical, where it came with the double rare, and then you have the double rare special reprint from Festival 2023. Both the double rares are $9 to $10 right now, and the SP has a base price of $16.76, so almost $17, and 9 listings there. As we get into more lyrical based decks, this is something that you might want to keep your eye on, especially the SP, but I guess that also depends on just how much more power creep we begin to see, because I feel like D is starting to get to that point where good techs like this will eventually start to get overshadowed. Next card is Sealed Blaze Spear Aditya, which is for Basagra from set 4. Still only has the set 4 printing. Base price is currently $2. Market price has been on the rise for the last several months, but that was from just around $3 to almost $4. It's $3.94 right now. Recent sales, it has been selling. We've seen 67 cents. Someone did have it lower than $1 for some time. And $2, and someone did buy them for almost $3.50. Available listings, we have a number of them for the $2 or lower rate, and then we get up into the $3 range, the $5 range. It's taking some leaps dollar to dollar here. Next one to cover is from Evenfall Onslaught set 12. Zeal plays Dragon Vistia. This card has a double rare and an FR that comes out of this set, and the double rare is currently around $6 with a market price of $3.33. While the FR has 2 listings, they're starting under $3, but both sellers are selling this card with a $5 shipping tag, so that is $8 total in the end. Which normally I'd say buy into the FR, but there's only one copy available per listing here, so not much can be done on that front. The double rare is about the same price, if not a little cheaper. Mythic Guardian Delphina is one of our new promos from April, and currently when we look at this card, it's got 4 listings for $10 to start off with for the base. The foil version has sold in the $45 or higher range, and the base price is currently $45 as well. Something that fell off from the last season of promos is Concert of Many Emotions Parsia, which is Leonore support. This was one of the bigger ones from the last promo pack, but it dropped off to about $6 for the base and $10 for the foil. The market price on the foil was way higher at almost $30, $28.80. Servant Falcracia has gotten its confirmation of a reprint in Festival 2024, and when we take a look at the cost of the base one, the non-foil, $18.25 is currently the low listing, and $18.88 is the market price, which has been climbing back up recently, so I imagine it should go back down with this announcement. And the only available listings right now are all in $18. The last one has a $5 shipping tag, but 8 copies available as well. Deps Eli, which is the Dragon Tree Wretch that searches you the mask. This one's for Stoichia and is still at least $10.50 for the double rare, $12 base if you want to pick up the FR right now. And we take a look at the spread on that one. The FR goes from 12 to 14. I'm not counting that last one, given that's got a $5 shipping tag. And then 10, 15, Yeah, the double rare just stays around the $10 mark for all of its lowest listings at this point. Burrow Mushrooms also got reprinted in the April promo pack, but prices for this card between the promo pack and set 9 are not that different right now. It's $2 to $3 for the base ones, the base promo and the rare. The FR has a base price of $8 and a market price of $10.50, while the foil is listed at $10 but still has not sold yet. Which I can see why, given that this foil is not a full art either, so I would imagine players would prefer to pick up the FR here. This is a card I just want to point out, Stealth Dragon Jakumitsu Arcs, which is from set 8. So with Bladmeyer running around, I just ran across this, noticed its FR is at 9 listings, took another look at its effect, and I'm like, for Dragon Empire, this could be some support to slow Bladmeyer down, but I wouldn't think so as much, given that Bladmeyer has more ways to bind cards outside of just its own skill. But should a Bladmeyer player only be able to use Bladmeyer to bind, if you use Jakumitsu, you might be able to slow down the Divine skill by putting one of their bound cards back into their deck. In any case, the card is cheap to pick up right now, where it's 38 cents base and a market price of 44 cents. And if you want the FR right now, base price is currently $2.10 with 8 copies. And otherwise, it just goes up a little bit closer to $3 after that. Bracing Angel Ladder, which is the Regalis piece from Triple Drive. $62 is currently the base price, where its market price is at $65. It's seen a drop off since the initial release from the $80 mark, but it's been going back up, and it had hit as low as $60 for the market price before. Recent sales have been $65, and someone did buy a pair of copies for $80 too. And if we take a look at how many quantities are available right now, there are still a good amount of quantities from individual sellers at the $65, $66 mark right now. So it's still, I'd say it'll still hold at this point, but only time will tell if it'll take another spike, because we're down to 9 listings overall. Color Bop Dragon WBGA, which is the ride stride fodder for Lyrical Monasterio, where Lyrical Monasterio does not have a stride anyway. $10.69. The card went back up in value ever since the initial buyout, then the crash, where you see that its market price hit as low as $2, where now the market price is $4.73. And players have been picking this card up recently at $8 to $10. So just keep that in mind. It is something to watch out for as the card continues to go back up in value, and I don't think Lyrical's getting any more reprints. And our final card for today is Nocturiso, which is the stride ride fodder for Dark States. This card was one of the biggest ones out of the box for set 13, and it still is. 16 listings overall, $22.21 is the base price, and the market price has been going up. Right now it's $21.86, with sales consistently around the $20 mark as of the last few days, and the card is available for $23 to $25 for the most part. So it's still pretty widely available, but it is selling higher than most of the other stride ride fodders. Thank you guys for watching. If you liked the video, please like and subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you guys later.